Are you bored in the house? Are you in your house bored? This is going to be the most serious Bible class that you ever experience in your life. Abraham, Isaac, Aminadab, Salmon, Boaz, Rehoboam, Jehoshaphat, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, Zerubbabel. Okay, now after all those names, we're going to look at what each and every one of them mean in the original language. Okay, so on a more truly serious note, I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys to look ahead past wherever you're at right now. Right now, you can't really, you're not supposed to really get out a whole lot and do stuff and be with other people who aren't your family. And for some of us, like me, who live by themselves, I don't see a whole lot of people, and I have a lot of time to work on myself. I have a lot of time to practice guitar like I've been putting off for years. I have time to study more. I have time to learn more about sports that I love. So now that I have this time, I'm trying to figure out ways to better myself. I'm trying to figure out ways to develop emotionally and spiritually and relationally, which that one's really hard. There aren't a whole lot of people around. Oh, hello friend. Hello friend. Intellectually, like I said, I'm trying to read more. I'm trying to finish what I start. Vocationally, that's kind of hard too because, you know, I work in ministry, but I guess this is one of those ways that I'm doing that. Physically, my health, I'm trying to be healthier. I'm trying to become healthier. And how I do that, you know, how I do any of those things is I research, I read, I try to find out specific ways that I can improve in those different ways. And you'll notice that spiritually is listed aside from or in addition to those other things. So I'm planning. I'm trying to figure out, where do I want to be by this time next week, by this time next month, by this time next year, 5 years, whatever. Where do I want to be? Even this time tomorrow, am I going to have made the same choices that I made today, whether good or bad? And so that's kind of my challenge for you. Look at yourself, honestly evaluate, okay, is this where I want to be? Am I the person that I want to be for the rest of my life? And if the answer is no, which I feel like it should be for everybody, no matter who we are, when the answer is no, then it's a matter of determining, okay, what steps do I need to take to get from where I am to where I need to be? What are specific ways that I can develop emotionally? How can I manage the feelings that I have? How can I allow my feelings or let my feelings out or be known in a positive way and in a way that's not destructive to my relationships? In what ways can I develop relationally in how I interact with other people? Are my interactions typically positive or negative? If they are more often negative, then why is that? Is it on me? Is it on them? And if it's on me, what do I need to do to make those interactions more positive? Growing intellectually, right? I don't know of a lot of people who like to just sit down and read, especially read something that's really different from what they like reading. Okay, I'm a big nonfiction reader. I've read very few fiction books in my life. But something that I've learned by making myself read more fiction is that there are lessons that are creatively given in fiction books that when I read the same ideas try to be communicated in nonfiction books, it's more complicated, it's more challenging in the sense of how it's worded, whereas with these fiction books, it's laid out relatively easily. And that's not always the case, but I wouldn't know that if I didn't go out of what I prefer reading and go and read some fiction. Vocationally, some of you have jobs, some of you don't. Hopefully, all of you intend to get jobs, even if you don't have a job right now. And so the challenge there is kind of mixed with even relationally and intellectually and emotionally, in the sense that I should want to do a good job where I work. I should want to be productive in whatever ways that I can. I'm working for someone who's not me, so I'm not my own boss. I'm submitting to someone else, right? So no matter where I'm working, I'm submitting to the authority of someone else. Maybe I do boring tasks. Maybe I do some tasks that, or some chores, there's a good word for you. Some chores that is like, man, that's kind of disgusting. I don't want to go plunge the toilet after that guy used it. That was nasty. I just walked in and I got a big, I don't want to do that. But you do it anyway, because it's your job, right? You're getting paid to do it. It's not like you're at home and your brother just walked out of the bathroom and now it's like, oh, I gotta go clean that. No, he can go clean that, right? It's not really negotiable when you have a job because you're getting paid, and that's great. Physically, how can I work on myself physically? I am a thin man. So I am working on how to increase my muscle mass, and that's going to be a slow process. And honestly, it's not going to start for a little while because I've got some other stuff to take care of before then. But I'm planning, right? I am going and looking up ways to get stronger, exercises to do, workouts to do. I'm looking all of that up. And so I'm planning to be a healthier me down the road by the end of the year. Right? That's a goal that I have, and it starts now. And then, of course, spiritually, what are you doing to challenge the principles or the beliefs that you currently hold on to? And that's not saying that you have to agree with what someone else is saying, but just listen to them, see what they have to say, and come at it honestly. Don't come at it saying, I'm going to tear this argument apart, I'm going to tear apart this person personally. Definitely don't do that. But going in and listening to people who challenge what you currently believe and who could potentially help your faith to grow. But what I would recommend over any of that is to go here. Go to your Bible. If you don't have a Bible, there are plenty free online Bibles. And I want to read you one verse, and then I'm going to be done. All right? This has gone on long enough, and then I'll be done. The passage that I want to read comes from 1 Peter chapter 3. It's verses 10 to 12, and Peter is writing to this group of Christians and says to them in this passage, whoever desires to love life and see good days, let him keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. Let him turn away from evil and do good. Good. Do good. Let him seek peace and pursue it. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayer, but the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. Don't be tricky, don't be lying. It's not just whenever you see people on a regular basis, don't be deceitful. Peter is saying, keep your tongue from evil, do not be deceitful. Let him turn away from evil and do good, right? So in the past, I've done evil things, I've done bad things, I've done sinful things, but I need to turn, do a little pivot, and go and do good. Now, what follows that is seek peace, pursue peace. That is called being a peacemaker, being a peace creator. Not stirring the pot, not trying to get people at each other's throats, but trying to keep a peaceful environment, trying to have peaceful relationships and have that inner peace and that kind of emotional stability that I think we all want. So, that's my challenge for you for the rest of the week, into next week, because we are planning for our own futures. We're trying to become better tomorrow than we are today. We're trying to become better 5 years down the road than we are today. But the planning starts right now. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you found something helpful to you, something at least to occupy your mind for a few minutes. And I hope that you have a good rest of your week. My glasses are crooked because I sat on them. Can you tell that I use gel in my hair? That's how serious this is. I'm wearing my smart glasses. I have a watch on.